What's up, my dudes? Valkyrja, #1 Raiden defender and guy here to tell you if you are going to spend money on Raiden Shogun, take that money you were going to spend for Raiden Shogun or her C2 and buy Elden Ring instead. Much better value. It's only $60 compared to Raiden costing you about like $100 to maybe $200 depending on how lucky you are. Buy Elden Ring. Now that being said, this is a video not to convince you to spend money on Raiden Shogun, but to tell you that Raiden Shogun is actually worth your pulls with her right around the corner. She is 100% worth the value, and I'm going to explain why. I'm going to tell you guys what weapons you should use, although everything's fairly obvious, and I made about 20 million videos on this subject. I want to make another one because it's right around the corner, and yes, you should pull for Raiden because she is absolutely the best unit in the game, in my opinion. It's always between her and Bennett, but I think Raiden's better. Fight me over it. I genuinely do. A lot of people always argue with me on that one, but in the end, let's go ahead. Let's talk about her weapons. Her weapon that you're going to want to use is either the catch, which I have not farmed because fishing sucks, so let's be real. Either the catch or engulfing lightning. If the catch is your 4-star option, engulfing lightning is your 5-star. There's not really any options beyond that. I mean, you can use other options. You can use like Staff of Homa or anything that's just a stat stick, which is, you can't do that, which would be nice, but you really want high energy recharge on Raiden, and those two pull-ons specifically really help with that. You also have potentially Skyward Spine or Favonius Lance. You could do one of them, but I don't recommend it. I really don't. You're better off at that point just running Deathmatch or something like that. I just don't recommend it for those. But those are basically her choice of weapons. Artifacts, it literally just comes down to Emblem. Emblem is actually just straight up made for her because her ult, the Mizuno Hidetachi slashes count as ult damage, so it gets the full Emblem buff, so you have to go Emblem with Raiden. Now here is the big money question. Do you go C2? If you want the best unit in the game, get C2 Raiden. Raiden at Constellation 2 is absolutely, without the shadow of a doubt, the best unit in the game. You cannot argue with me on that. I have played Raiden way too much, and I have messed with way too much to a point where I can tell you she becomes one of the best supports as well as one of the best DPSs with C2. C2 breaks her, makes her absolutely broken. Without C2, she's still a fantastically strong unit, super top tier. And then as far as talent focus you want to go, you literally only your ult matters. I'm going to be real. This matters if you want that extra elemental burst damage bonus, but the damage coming out of her skill really is negligible. But elemental burst damage bonus percent does increase. It stops at level 9, so you can only have to get this up to 9. You don't have to crown it. It stops at level 9. But this you want to try to crown if you want to have a really strong DPS Raiden. This is where the money is. This is where the damage comes from. This is what everything's all about. Raiden is very strong, especially with Sara and Kazuha on our banner. You'll see I don't use Sara because Sara, I'll make a separate video about Sara. I do think Sara is a good unit, but just not for me in the way she functions. So, with everything being said, with everything being done, let me explain one more thing, because Raiden is very confusing to build. I know everyone gets very confused on it. Let me show my Raiden build first. 43, yes, 43 crit rate. It's not a mistake. This is how I run around with her. She attacks so quickly with Mizuno Hidetachi. I don't really mind not having the crit rate. The only thing that really does stink is when the very first hit doesn't crit because it's such a big PP number. But she normally follows it up pretty well with the Mizuno Hidetachi. But artifacts. So if you have the catch, run an energy recharge sands. I'm sure I have one around here. I know I kept some copium. There we are. Run ER sands if you're running the catch because you want to be able to supplement it. You want to have the energy recharge, and run an attack percent goblet over electro damage. If you have engulfing lightning, preferably an R2 engulfing lightning, which means for the whales out there. Whales out there can run like I'm running. Electro damage goblet and attack sands. If you have an R1 engulfing lightning, you can still run attack sands and you can still run it. Yeah, attack sands and electro goblet. You can still run those. Just know you might be missing out on a little bit. But I think that pretty much covers everything, and now I can show you what she can actually do. It seems like did we get Hydro or Electro? I'm colorblind, I can't tell. We got Hydro, good. So we're going to pop this thing. So we're going to go do this. We're going to do this. We're going to Kazuha, Swirl, apply Viridescent Near buff. Then Teamwork will be Teamwork. And there we go. And Death. That's Raiden. Now, granted, mine is C6 R5 Triple Crowned with very, very strong artifacts and a very farmed up Raiden, super heavy invested, but she is an absolute powerhouse of a unit that you should really look into getting. If you don't got her, then I don't know why. Not to mention she has one of the coolest ults in the game with Musuno Hidetachi. I love this character. She's literally probably my favorite character, or not character, my favorite unit in the game. She's second favorite character. Xiao's still my favorite character, but she's my favorite unit in the game. I love playing her, sticking her every team I can. She's absolutely my favorite unit. You can see I even use her more than I use Eula now. I use her way more than I use Xiao. I absolutely love this character, and I hope that you guys will give her a shot too. If you don't have her, she's one of the closest characters I've ever said to being a must pull because she is so beneficial to so many teams. So I know I am heavily biased in this video because I use her a lot, and I really, really like her, and I like her playstyle, and I think she brings a lot of value to every time I stick her in. But I also don't run a lot of reaction-based teams, so I have a very skewed judgment in that aspect. But in the end, this is my channel, this is my opinion. Take it how you will. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Thank you guys for watching as always. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.